Hello, guys, gays, ghouls, everyone in between, and girls. Let's not exclude them. Welcome to the hot mess that is my YouTube channel. 1 minute I won't be uploading anything, and the next minute I'll be uploading the most. And you're gonna have to bear with me, and you're gonna have to deal with that, and that's fab. So today we're looking at quite a strange little themed box, because I can already see some shit in there that's not even supposed to be in there, and then there's also some stuff that belongs in there but that doesn't fit in there because the boxes are too big. So that's kind of the situation we're dealing with. So I'm quickly glancing around to see if I've forgotten. Well, I obviously have forgotten some things. In particularly one deck that I've just sort of misplaced, and I'm not going to look for that now, but we have plenty to go through. This is kind of my assorted angel and fae, fairy fae box, sort of. Tub, box, crate, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, and let's start with this one. Martin gifted me the Angels of Atlantis. The Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards are by Inner Traditions, Bear & Co. Publishing. Find Horn Press, if you must. They're a stunning set. The only thing I don't like about them is that they have this as the backs. I hate branded backings. It would have been fine to have this without that logo on there. This is a pretty old one. Let's see if I can find a date of publication. Let's see what the original publication date was. It must be in here. 2011. Yeah, that was published in 2011. So, is it that old? Actually, yeah, it's more than 10 years old. So, and this it's a really, really good deck. So it's just a very usable, very user-friendly. You get the name of the Archangel, then you kind of get a light orb, because this author kind of sees all these angels as light orbs, and then you get a really fabulous keyword, and it just works really good in readings. I just love the way this deck reads. Do I like all the illustrations? This is not a deck you get for the aesthetic of it. It's just that it has a really interesting idea behind it. It has an interesting sort of little system behind it. I kind of want to get the other one as well, the Angel Heart Sigils, but that deck is, I don't know, it's a bit this deck is kind of cute ugly. That is, not pretty at all. But I kind of love it. I love the 2000-ness of it all. If you would have told me this was 1999, I would have believed you as well, because that's the aesthetic that it gives off. But for some reason, it's just really cute. It reads really well. It's a fabulous deck. Am I going to show all the cards? No. But there are all these suits. Every angel gets their own couple cards, and gets themes tied to them, and I really like that idea. The execution is a bit 2005, but I don't know, I just really like it. I like this deck a lot. It's kind of a classic in my opinion. The keywords chosen were interesting. Sometimes they made me go, ooh, interesting for that angel. But it's stunning. It's stunning. It's just a really great deck. So, and it's really affordable too. I'm definitely getting the Angel Heart Sigils now. Now, looking at this, the Angel Heart Sigils in the Dutch version comes in this huge A4 sized box. The English version comes in a regular box, but I don't know. I think this is really, really good. Really, really friendly priced fab deck. another, let's do all the angel stuff first. So this one won't even be able to fit it all on the screen because it's in this horrible huge box, which is rather unnecessary. It's a really fabulous angel deck. I took the horrible insert out of the box because I just can't. It's a Llewellyn deck. I love it. You do need to use the guidebook, but this is just, I don't know, it's just it has gorgeous backs. It's tarot sized. It's some pretty back cardstock. Still love it. This is the Chippendale angel deck, where most of the guys in here look like total Chippendales. For some reason, we're getting a lot of girl cards now, but there's only like 5. So you get the name of the angel, nothing much else. I mean, they're obviously doing stuff on the card, so I thought, okay, maybe depending on that, you could kind of read it intuitively, depending on the action they're performing or the stuff they're holding, but that doesn't really hold up. That's what I've seen so far. Ooh, this one's creepy as hell. That forehead is huge. But I don't know. It's another, like, there's just something about the fugly angel decks of yesteryear that just, I don't know, they just warm my heart. This actually has a really cool system behind it. It's kind of an alchemical elemental thing. And I haven't had this deck that long, so I haven't really had the time to delve into it that much, but all I know is that I've done a couple of card pulls with these, and the guidance has been stellar. It's just a really cool, it's a cool little idea. It wouldn't stand a chance if this were released again in today's market. I don't believe it was a huge hit for Llewellyn. I tend to believe that Llewellyn's not really good at publishing Oracle decks. They're just not that good at it. It's not their forte. They don't excel at it. But I don't know. It's a really cute little deck. Let me try if I can tell you a little bit more about it. While I while I put this card up front so you can gawk at it and I don't know, like, make up your own mind about this deck. I don't know. I think it's fabulous. I think it's stunning. So this is Valuel. Never heard of that angel before. He's probably from the Shem Hesheroth. In the guidebook they say the cards are divided into 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Recorded first by Empedocles of Acragas and later popularized by Plato and Aristotle. The 4 elements were considered building blocks of the universe. Fire angels are passionate, water angels are emotional. Let's see, air angels are cheerful and enjoy thinking and communicating. Earth angels are practical and down to earth. So then we get an archangel for each element. The 4 archangels are Uriel, Raphael, Michael, and Gabriel. And then there's a little bit on numerology as well. So they try to do a lot with the deck. One day I'm gonna read this full guidebook. It's quite chunky. I got this for a steal. You know, the Dutch wholesaler for Llewellyn only had like 1 copy in stock and probably wasn't aware of the fact that these are going for a lot of money online. Don't buy it unless you really want it, because it is a little bit, like I said, it's cute, it's interesting. The creator spent a lot of time like doing the most, writing the guidebook, but it's also a wee bit peculiar and strange. So that was another angel one. I'm taking my time with these, aren't I? Oh, next. Oh, whoops. Messing up the screen again. The Archangel Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. And this is the strangest deck ever. Honestly. It kind of reminds me of Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. These are the backs. So what makes this deck really weird? And no, we're not doing this. The illustrations are gorgeous. The guidance is so-so on the cards. But, you know, Diana really loves making up her own angels and then, like, not mentioning that in the guidebook. What she does mention is holding the cards to your heart, knocking on them 20,000 times, all that shit. But she always forgets to tell that she channels everything. And channeling is, you know, you can make up your mind about that. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's, you know, and you want to, like, feel like it's legit. And sometimes you're like, bitch, you're full of shit. Because who the hell is Faith, Hope, and Charity? That's interesting. You know, there's a lot of, like, proper ones, but I've never heard of Archangel Lavender anywhere. I've never heard of Archangel Theliai. Of course, we have heard of Archangel Michael, so there's a lot of real ones in here, but Archangel Dorenka, like, what the hell? Who's that? The Cherubim, we know. Haniel, we know. Raphael, we know. Guardian Angel, kind of a generic card again, like... Perlimiec. Christiel. I mean, it's very new age. It's kind of lovely. So, you know, I can't get rid of it for that reason alone. Who's Lord Wiwazil? Who's Lord Wiwazil? When you Google it, the only thing that comes up is this deck. I promise you. So I feel like that is kind of odd and awkward, and I don't know. Speaking of this artist, and I hope, because now I realize exactly what it was that I had misplaced, and also where it is. So I hope I can get to it now. Yes, I found it. 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 Oh my god. Back behind me with all those stupid, huge Llewellyn boxes that no one asked for. The Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle by Amanda Ellis. And this is a really interesting deck because it's by the same artist as the one who did the Diana Cooper one. But rather than that one, this is an actually, like, good one. So, you know, that's interesting to look at. So we get really interesting card titles that are immediately usable and keywords that are immediately usable. We get chakra colors. It's this whole thing. It's this whole system. The guidebook is amazing. I love that they chose to put the keyword like that. It just makes it, like, you know, a little bit different. It's really, really pretty. There's actually not a whole lot of angel imagery in this deck, to be quite honest with you. Are we getting all the purple cards first now? Did I put this, like, in color order? Because I could swear to you that there were other borders in this deck. But, so there's not a lot of, like, angel imagery here, but it is all about the Archangel Metatron. So I feel like that's really stunning. And I also find it funny that he's on the cover and on the cover of the book, but he's not in the deck himself. He's nowhere to be found. But I do really like this artist. I think they're amazing. I think they're really good. By the way, the back design is just divine. It's a really well-made deck, honestly. It really is. It doesn't get a lot of love. But I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot. I love the symbols that were chosen. Yeah, it's a good one. It's such a shame that Schiffer and Red Feather Publishing value packaging and huge guidebooks with very lavish production over good card quality. You know, we don't need huge guidebooks. We don't need huge presentation boxes. because, you know, this deck barely gets used because of this huge ass box that I'm always like misplacing. So that's kind of a shame. But it is a really good deck. If you can find it if you can find it under 30, I'd say definitely get it if you're into angel stuff. So obviously I also have the female archangels by Callista, but I just did a review on that, so that's still on my like this week's pile. But another really good one is the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Winman, who's coming out with a new deck. I've talked about this deck a lot because I feel like it doesn't get the love it deserves. I think that's mainly to do with the fact that this is another deck that's very guidebook heavy. The guidebook is literally heavy, but there's a lot of like really good information in this. And for decks that have very chunky guidebooks that you kind of need, unless you already have all this knowledge in your head, I feel like they are less popular because you can't use them as quickly. However, that's also a reason why I would never do a large spread with this, because I just don't have a couple of hours of free time to just do a reading, you know? But these angels are stunning. Not the biggest fan of these backs, but I do get why they're there. This is a really interesting deck. And, you know, the guidebook explains everything from all the imagery that's been used. Oh, these are upside down. That's interesting. You know, and these are all real angels or ascended masters or what have yous from all these different cultures. Every card shows their sigil on it, which I think is really cool. So you could trace that, maybe use that in a ritual. This is very much, it's a deck that you can use for divination, but it's more so definitely about ritual. And I do love all the illustrations in this. I wonder why all the cards that I love are turned upside down. That's interesting. I really wonder why. But, you know, we don't even have to show you all of them. I love this one so much. It's very high camp, these illustrations. I think it's stunning. Really, really, really well produced set. And I don't know, I just think it's, although it is a bit new agey, it's gorgeous. It's really good. This deck is very much about angels, alchemy, the color rays, the chakras, super new age, yet really cool. I really dig it. I really like it. I never thought I would say this ever in my life. I detested angel decks, but, you know, I don't know. They found me. Another absolute favorite, Angels Among Us. Probably the coolest angel deck to ever exist. Thank you, thank you, Vix. I really respect her as an author. This is what the edges look like, which is so dope. This is what the backs look like. And I just love this deck so much, and I can't wait to pick up her Goddesses Oracle, which is in the same vein, which is kind of like, you know, modernized imagery of angels with tons of keywords on the cards. The guidebook is really fun, you know, and she's just so real. Like, she's so real, she's so cool, she's so friendly, she's a badass. I have to say this, she's a badass bitch, honestly, because you can say whatever you want about her, but she keeps it real. And I just love this deck. I love the modern vibes. I love the art. I love the depictions. I just love all the characters that she's bringing to the forefront, and Ellie Grant is a fabulous artist. So yeah, like, if you have like a, I mean, if you have like a teenager that is kind of into witchy tarot stuff, and they're kind of scared to start reading tarot cards because it's a bit too daunting for them, get them a deck like that. Ooh, the next one. Oh man, this one's vile. This is a Dutch deck, so you won't be able to read what's on the cards. It's called the Gifts of the Archangels, and I got this on a whim because I did like the box cover. The backs have branding on them, and this is full on PlayStation demo 3D 90s graphics, y'all. But, you know, some of them look okay, like this one. But some of them are so badly photoshopped, and this is obviously... it's a deck that was written, and I feel like it's kind of a vanity publishing thing, where this sort of wannabe Dutch guru decided that she needed to have a deck to maybe teach classes with, and she had this made, and it's just absolutely disgusting. The keywords are good, so you know it's well written. It's just that the photos and how they were superimposed and then sometimes modeled onto these 3D sculpts, it's just not good at all. I mean, look at this. Look at that guy. Look at him. There's one really bad one. Is it this one? Where you can really tell how badly it was copy and pasted onto it. No, it's not this one. I'm going to show you all of them because I want you to suffer with me. The only reason why I keep this is because it's too camp. Oh, wow, wow. Look at this. Look at this. And what in the 1995? I want to find that really bad one. Where is it? Where is this super creepy, super horrible one? Because I have to find it. Oh, I do like this, actually. But once again, what in the 1995 of it all? Where's the horrible one? I want to laugh. I want to kiki. I mean, they're all horrible, but... like, there was one... oh, yes, this. Like, this is just literally a face of some, I don't know, Eastern European model cut out and sort of superimposed onto this body. They obviously don't belong together. It's really, really bad. A lot of the imagery is like reused. It's just not good. It's really, really bad. And I didn't pay that much for it, but I didn't pay little for it either. You know, like, it honestly looks like, I don't know. I literally felt robbed. And this is, we have a couple of these chicks in the Netherlands that are kind of, you know, who took a Doreen Virtue class and then kind of, you know, maybe took 20 too many and sort of became her spokesperson in the Netherlands for angel therapy. And I don't know, they just took shit too far. I don't know. So let's see. Oh yeah. This one I actually love, and I have showed it a lot. The Teen Angel Oracle cards, which are a lot of fun. They're a ton of fun. Because they have gorgeous illustrations. The backs, meh, could have been better. But this is not necessarily, doesn't really have a system. It's just pretty pictures with messages. Looks very manga anime-esque, which I feel like was probably the reason for Blue Angel to market it to teens. The original Japanese version of this deck wasn't at all. As a matter of fact, when you do buy the Japanese version, you also get English subtitles on them, and sometimes the card meanings differ greatly, so they did take their liberties with this one, but I do like it. It's very simple, direct messages that I like. I think they're good. I think it's well written. I think it's stunning. Honestly, Teen Angels, though, not even in 2018 when this was released, I honestly feel like Victoria Maxwell's deck is probably more of a Teen Angel deck rather than this. However, you know, I'm not a teen, and I love this. I think this is really good. I really like good, detailed Japanese manga art. And that's what Miki Okuda is really good at. Rita Pietro Santo hasn't really been doing a whole lot for Blue Angel, but she does get tons of mentions all over the place. Like every Blue Angel author that has a podcast mentions her name. But this is the only deck she's ever done for them. But this is really stunning. It's stunning. It's simple. I use it to read for other people a ton. It usually sums up the readings really well that I've done if I do a tarot reading and I pull an oracle card as a clarifier. And it's genuinely one of my favorite decks ever. Do I have more angel stuff in here? Oh yeah, I do actually. A couple of things. So this was the deck I thought I had misplaced. It's in this bag. But I didn't. So this is a more scientific approach to angels, which I find highly refreshing. This is the Angel Tarot by Travis McHenry. This is one of Rockpool's first, like, new style releases, so the cardstock isn't that great on this. Like, a matter of fact, it's heavily warped. I believe they're doing a bit better now. But this was their first indie acquisition. So these are all the 72 names from the Shem Hashirov, which is really cool. And then a couple of extras, kind of molded into a tarot deck, which I feel like, you know, it's a functional tarot deck because there are 78 cards, but do they always, do the tarot correspondences always make sense? Not necessarily, I'd say, but I think he did a really good try. A lot of these illustrations are old restorations of, like, actually old art. And this was previously an indie deck called the Angel Evoking Tarot, and it features all the sigils needed for you to summon and evoke that angel and ask them to do your bidding. So I still like this a lot. I don't use it a lot. It's more of a, almost more of a research tool for myself. It's interesting. It's really good. So Queen of Wands, Divine Power, guards against mental troubles. 4 of Pence, the Moon. Okay, Gabriel. Divine Revelation, reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Okay, that's interesting. So, you know, you kind of get the gist. It's not really a deck that I use a lot for divining, but I do use them almost as flashcards sometimes when I quickly want to know what so-and-so's angel stood for again, and the guidebook that comes with this is really good as well. You know, and I do respect Travis McHenry a ton because he completely opened up the world of divination, honestly. This one's pretty cool. It's by David Sexton. It's the Winged Spirit Tarot, which I got for a steal online because people are asking the most for this. This is a US Games deck. I don't think David Sexton did more than just this deck. I think it's really pretty, honestly. Really like it. It does get a bit samey sometimes with those sort of bland backgrounds, but that's also what keeps it charming and what keeps it cute. So let me see when this was published. Oh wow, the list of tarot decks that they used to have was a lot shorter here. Let's see when this is published. 1999. Yeah, that was not a good year for tarot, honestly. The 90s, tarot was a bit dead, y'all. Like, just a bunch of crusty, you know, crunchy old ladies and gents buying their musky oils off of the table in, I don't know, some street market. You know, carrying around their tarot decks, and people weren't really buying a whole lot of new decks. It was just, you know, fuck all new decks, it's Rider-Waite-Smith time, unlike now where literally everyone and their mother has its own tarot deck. Like, It's really cool. It's my style. I feel like it's very, I feel like it's really gay. I wonder if David Sexton was a homosexual man. Has to be, right? The deck is in really good condition. There was like people ask a lot of money for this, but there's, at least on the Dutch Amazon, little tip if you ever wanted this. On the Dutch Amazon, it says that you can still get this new, but it's supposedly the French version, but it's not at all. It's just the English version. I don't know if it's still on there, but that's how I found mine. I kind of got it like that. And then I have the Dutch version of the Guardian Angel Tarot here, which I'm never getting rid of because I love it, but Martin did gift me his English version. And then I feel like we've kind of gone through all the angel stuff. Yeah. And now we're into fairy fae stuff. So this is the Magical Times Oracle by Jody Bergsma. It's very fae. It's very stunning. I like it a lot. I like Jody Bergsma's art a lot. This is an old school Oracle deck, y'all. Like, there's a little paragraph, there's huge borders, but I love it. I love it. It's cute, it's clean, it's clear, it does what it wants to. It doesn't really have a specific, like, fairy theme or lore or special story behind it. It just is what it is. Cute fantasy art with sort of a keyword that sort of goes with it, and then, you know, a cute paragraph to lift up your day. Is it the greatest deck ever? No. Do I love it? Yes. I bought this at my local store. She still had a copy, and I was like, oh, I love Jody Bergsma. I kind of want it, so I got it, and it's cute. It's cute. It's very fairy-esque. There's lots of fairies in here. I love the box. I don't know. I have this like major, I hate the backs. I have this major like soft spot for my local store, and I will buy any old crap off of her because, I don't know, she's such a lovely lady. Love this little box. Let's see. Oh yeah, this. I absolutely loathe this. Secret Woods. You know, all these people that get a lot of PR from Red Feather all loved it, and they all got rid of it after, you know, a while. Because this is printed on, like, legit cardboard. It doesn't even, like... This is literally art paper that you would print an art print on. This is not cardstock. The backs are stunning, and the art is really good, but it's only a couple of cards. There's only... How many cards in this deck? 28. Why 28? What's the rhyme or reason behind that? It has really cool idea. I wish the artist would have spent a bit more time on it, added at least like a couple more cards to make it like a 36 or 40 card deck. But we get all these archetypes here. And these cute fairy forest-esque illustrations. And they are adorable, and they look very aesthetically pleasing, and the card format is very interesting as well. I bought it off the back of this card. I saw it and I was like, I have to have this. And it's actually really cute and usable, you know, when it comes to contents. But, you know, I can't shuffle this. I can't. I just can't. I don't know, but it is really cute. It is really cute. Let me shuffle it. Let me show you. Oh man, shuffling tiny decks like that feels... With tiny, I'm talking about the number of cards. Shuffling tiny decks like this feels so dumb, honestly. I mean, I guess it shuffles fine, but I don't know. It's not cardstock. It's literally, you know, watercoloring art paper that's a little bit thicker, you know, like good quality watercoloring paper. And I just hate that all these people that Red Feather selects to do, well, not all, because I know some of them watch me, but, you know, like, I feel like Red Feather doesn't appreciate, like, honesty. They just want to, I mean, they're a company, they want to sell their product, but This is not as great as a lot of people want you to believe it is. The Daydreamer, awaken your childlike self. I've been kind of moping a bit. I've been kind of meh. So maybe I do need to awaken my childlike self, but I would never ever recommend anyone buy this. The cardstock is bad. There's only 28 cards. The book is not that great. The box is really weird. It's not worth the money I paid for it. Like, let's see how much they ask for this piece of shit. $24.99. It's not worth it. You can get a really, really good US Games Tarot deck for that. Something that is worth the money, that is Fae and Fairy energy like, is this Fairy Temple Oracle by Susie Cherub. It's probably one of the best fairy decks out there, if you're into that stuff. With artwork by Christine Heron. I think that's her name. Yeah, Christine Caron. Really great art. All the symbols in the art get explained in the book. Make sense. There's little processes. There's keywords. Susie Cherub, you know, although she doesn't, you know, do the whole deck herself, she works together with artists. She spends her time. She knows how to write a good deck. A good oracle deck. So if you know anyone who's into fairies and they don't have this, get them this for their birthday, for Christmas, for their whatever. Susie also likes to include male imagery in her decks, which I think is really good. I really appreciate that. It's stunning. Probably one of the better oracle decks I own. Susie has a knack for writing decks that look very accessible, but that then offer a layer of depth that is uncanny. So I do love that about her. Another one I really like that I haven't really used a lot is this Forest Fae mini deck by Nadia Turner. Really cute little rock pool mini that's almost like little oracle cards, little tarot cards. They're not messages that are very direct. You kind of have to sit with them for a bit, think about them for a bit, but they're cute and I love them. And when I saw this for the first time on Rockpool's Insta, I literally gasped, like, I mean, everyone and their mother has seen these, but they're really good. So yeah, they're definitely staying. I love these little minis. They're so cute. Shadowscapes is in here as well. Can you imagine drawing all of this only to get published by a publisher that prints it on the tiniest card possible, so you can't really see anything of what's going on, and the cardstock is also thinner than this. Is also literally like, I mean, it holds up. I hear people moping about how it all holds up, and it does. But I never used this deck, so I guess that's why it holds up, because I can't see what's going on in the picture. This should have been released like the Dreams of Gaia, with huge oracle-sized cards, or so you can actually see what's going on. I don't want to have to download an app so I can zoom in on the images. I bought the deck, and I want to be able to see all the details that are happening. But can you imagine drawing 78 pieces of art and being done dirty like this by your publisher and going, whoops, and well, now there's no way back, but at least I got published, right? Stephanie would have gone indie with this, and I know the climate wasn't like that at the time. She would have made bank. Like, she could have demanded, even if a mass market publisher wanted to pick her up, she could have demanded every type of cardstock she wanted. But yeah, it's stunning. It's probably, this should be one of my favorite decks, but it's not, because I hate the sensory experience of this. And people love Llewellyn and love everything they do and everything they release, and it's always tarot deck of the year this, tarot deck of the year that. But Unfortunately, no. Another one I really like is this. I actually want to get some of our other fairy ones as well because they're good. Lucy Cavendish. I'm not the biggest fan of her latest deck offerings, I have to say. But I do like this deck a lot. Also because I love the art in it. The art is by Selena Fennick, which I do adore. It's cute. This is probably one of my favorite decks, fairy decks she's done, but then the Dragon Fae one is pretty cool as well. All of them are pretty cool. I may actually like end up getting all of them in the end. I really like it. It's really well produced. I don't know. I just like Blue Angel decks in general. Especially now, like this is on their older cardstock, but you know, I don't know. I have this soft spot for Lucy. I just really like her, like the way she. I would love to hang out with her or talk to her about, you know, deck creation because I feel like she's one of those people. Yes, it is usually all pre-made art, curated art. Sometimes in collaboration with the artist, sometimes just, you know, we have this back catalog, do something with it, I feel. But she puts in all of her heart and soul, and I just love it. I love it. It's really cute. Does it have a really, like, strict theme? No, not necessarily, but it's a good all-round Oracle deck. I like the way Lucy Cavendish writes decks. She's not afraid to go weird, if you get what I'm saying, and I like that. So how do I get all these decks back in the box? Well, that's for me to figure out, and you guys can try to recover from this tirade. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.